What's up? It's Serena. Hey! Okay, so remember how probably about 2 years ago, we assembled this gazebo. I built the floating deck. I added some new furniture. Well, in this video, I'm gonna share with you how I made these gazebo screens to keep the bugs out. That's right, I made 4 panels with screen, with zippers, and a sewing machine. So if you wanna see how I did this, stick with me because I'm gonna walk you through in this video. So I had 2 main problems with these mosquito net curtains, and this is why I ended up doing the whole project over. Number one, look at how when the wind blows, the curtains blow. So when you're in there, it's all up in your face and it's not great. Number two, because they're so airy, light and airy, they don't last. It looks beautiful, right? Like when I first did it, but over time it just started to deteriorate because of the sun. So we ended up replacing them with regular curtains, and then we just took them all down. And then this is how the gazebo looked before we get started. So we're going to be using Velcro and some screening. You may have remembered I used Velcro last time when I did my garage door screening that in, and you can find that down below in the description or up there in the corner. But basically this stuff is really hardy. It sticks to pretty much anything, but you'll see here how we're going to staple this in place, and you also need measurements. Now I went ahead and put the Velcro in place first, and I took a measurement from where the Velcro was. But you can do it either way, right? Take a tape measure, take a laser distance measure, and figure out how wide and how tall your curtains need to be. Not your curtains, your screen. We're not doing curtains, we're doing screen. Now you'll notice here that I'm taking the rough part of the Velcro and I'm going to place it along the top and then on both sides of each of the 4 posts. Now, one thing I'm really disappointed about is this stuff is expensive, and you can see the packaging looks completely different from when I bought it. My packs I bought several years ago, and I think it was maybe, I don't know, $12 a pack, and now it's $24. Like, what in the world? So this actually could raise the cost of doing this yourself a little bit because, again, I paid maybe $12 a pack. But it's $24 a pack now, so we don't need to put it on every single surface. So if I were to do this with those costs, I would place this a little bit more strategically. So for the roll of screen that I'm using, this is by Pfeiffer. They actually sent me this roll. It's called Tough Screen No Seams, which means those little tiny insects, they can't get in because it's so tightly woven. And this stuff is vinyl coated polyester. It is strong. So I had a scrap here and I wanted to show you trying to rip a hole in this. It just wouldn't happen. Like I literally couldn't rip a hole in this. So if you're looking to do privacy screens, maybe you want to use this for your doors, your windows, this stuff is like excellent. And I want to show you even by, like balling it up, it's not tearing, it's holding its shape. Like this stuff is awesome. And it comes in various sizes. I didn't even need this entire roll. I have a whole bunch left. So I guess I got to do some more screens, huh? Now, I think this roll was probably about 60 or 70 inches wide. So I cut 2 panels in order to make 1 screen. So I needed 8 panels. And what I did was I cut 1 panel and then just laid that on top of the other panel and cut all 8 pieces at one time. And I went to the fabric store and bought this waterproof black fabric. This is going to be the top binding and on the bottom binding, right? You don't have to use binding because this stuff is not tearing, but I just wanted it to look attractive. So I cut little strips of those. I'm going to fold this under, I'm going to fold this under, and then we're going to sew it and cover that raw seam somewhere like that. And we'll put our screen there. And then we'll take the Velcro and we'll sew the Velcro probably right here at the top. Before I did the binding at the top, what I wanted to do was put the zipper in. And for some reason, I didn't capture me actually pinning this in place. But you'll see here that I've got the zipper that I'm putting some stitching in. I just folded under about 1/2 inch on both sides. And then I double stitched to get that zipper to connect the 2 panels. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm sewing the zipper now. You'll notice that I have this kind of folded in on itself so that it's not too bulky. I can kind of run it through the sewing machine. I have this side curled up as well, just so I've got a little bit more control over this. And then I'm just doing just a layer of top stitching here so that the zipper on the back side is not going to be flopping around. So this side is double stitched and this side is double stitched. Okay, so I have sewn the zipper here in the center of these two panels. I'm going to take my tape measure and just put it right here on the edge of this zipper, because from this zipper all the way over, we're going to need about 55 inches. That's going to hit the side of the gazebo. But we need to actually put seam allowance here. So we're going to add an extra 3 inches. So we're going to cut it right here at 58. So now we're cutting off the excess here that we don't need, which is probably about a good foot here of material. So we're just going to go all the way up. After cutting the screen to the size that I need, I left the zipper long. You see the top here with the end point of the zipper. And I needed to cut this, and I tried to use a tool to cut it and realized, wait a minute, this is not working. Let me just use regular scissors. These are my arrow scissors. Don't use your fabric scissors. Use an extra pair of scissors. And it worked very well. Now, that binding that I showed you just a moment ago, that can be sewn together because these are strips that need to be wide enough. So I had to sew them together and then fold them into place over top of this raw edge. So this got a little bit challenging because it became very bulky and hard to maneuver waterproof fabric. But you'll see here that I'm folding it under 1/2 inch. And then that top raw edge is going to be encased in that binding. And then we'll just run it through the sewing machine. So that should protect the top of the zipper so that it doesn't come unraveled. Because remember, we cut off the stop. So the binding acts as the new stop for the zipper. But when you're sewing it, you can't sew over the metal. And I should know this. I've been sewing for 20 years. But somehow I thought maybe my needle would magically go through the zipper metal. It didn't. What did I do? I broke my needle, so I had to replace it. So yeah, don't do that. Don't worry, the binding will act as a zipper stop. So when I got to the end, I wasn't ready to sew the end, so I just kind of left those open until I was ready to add the Velcro to the sides. And remember, we're using the soft part of the Velcro, so it's got that sticky back. We can actually put it in place and it'll hold, and then we'll just do 2 rows of stitching to hold. So this is where I'm putting the Velcro at the top, and you can see my stitching was horrible. What in the world was I thinking? I don't know what I had going on with my bobbin, but basically that looked horrible. Anyway, and I just put it in there so you can see. But you'll do a row of stitching here on the right, and then you'll do another stitch close to the left side of the Velcro. And again, you're going to leave the sides open because the next thing we're going to do is take it to the gazebo and fit it in place to see where we need to actually put the Velcro on the sides. So here's what I did. I put it into place and I used a pin to just mark where the end of that is going to go. So that's where the Velcro has to connect with that strip that's going vertical. Because remember, these are custom. So each panel is made for the exact distance from, the center to the side. So you see that row of pins? That's exactly where the Velcro needs to be placed. And so I removed the backing and I just lined it up with the pins, and that's exactly where I'm going to have to stitch it into place. And if I did it right, that line of Velcro should line up directly with the line of Velcro that's on that post, that vertical post. And here's another tip. If you run out of Velcro, just attach another, piece, and then right there where you see that red dotted line, that's where you'll fold onto the Velcro on the back, and then you'll stitch it into place. So you'll have the Velcro on one side, and then you'll have this really nice fold of screen on the back side, and you'll do 2 rows of stitching to secure it to the screen. So I finished off the top part of the binding on the sides. Remember those sides that I left open? And I also added binding to the bottom. So this is what the screen actually looked like once it was completely done. You can see it's kind of bulky. It's actually very heavy, but it's good quality. So where the zipper is at the bottom, when you open that up, the screen should separate so you can come in and out of the gazebo. And along the way, after each panel was done, I put it in place, just making sure that everything added up and lined up. And sure enough, it did. The back screen, I didn't have to put a zipper in that. So I did 2 panels, sewed them together, and then did a flat felled seam and did 2 rows of stitching to secure it and added Velcro and all of that. And it was fine. Now we want to make sure that the Velcro does not come off of the gazebo. So I'm using my Arrow T301 with 1/2-inch T50 staples, because even though this is outdoor extreme Velcro, you still need to make sure that it's adhered. So about every 6 to 8 inches, I put one staple, and that was going to secure it in place. And then I put the screens in place. I did add one thing to the screen because opening and closing required 2 hands. I added this little flapper here to the bottom. If you step on it, you can open it with 1 hand. Pretty clever, right? I have been wanting to do this project for the last year, and I am so happy that I am finally done. You know, it's like that one thing you can check off your bucket list. So how much did I spend on this? I don't know. The zippers were $25 each. I already had those on hand. The screen was provided by Pfeiffer. I had the tools. Now, if you buy this, it's going to be about at least $500 to do this for your gazebo if you buy it from like Wayfair or some other place. But you can do this for less. I will leave links down below to the materials. Your family is going to think you are amazing. If you want to keep it nice and cool, get a little fan like this. This is a little camping fan that I put in there. And I want to know, is this a project that you think you can do? Instead of using mosquito netting, do you think you can make something like this that's going to last you for years to come? If with this tutorial, I sure hope you can. Find the link down below for the blog post, for the materials list, and I will see you next project.